Yes, we need a follow-up on this one here. This is the second email that we received in a month when somebody found out that the person that they were married to in actuality was a sibling.
So our listener and this new guy, John, at work, they hit it off and had great chemistry. One day they were talking about their wives and found out they're both swingers, so they set up a dinner and a group piano playing session, which led to more piano playing sessions. If you catch my drift. Apparently, they listened to our show and introduced it to their new friends, and we had a debate about whether or not you'd stay with your significant other if you found out y'all were related. So one weekend, while our listener, this is going to be relevant, our listener and his coworker's wife were playing piano alone, but they had permission from all the partners.
Consent.
Yes.
So you got one partner from each couple hanging out with each other. Got it.
Our listener and the other guy's wife. Mm-hmm. She blurted out in the middle of their duet.
Right before he's about to right before he's about to hit that note.
I played piano with my brother. She clarified she didn't mean the guy she was with, our listener. She meant her husband. So it turns out she did the ancestry DNA thing and found out her husband was actually her half-brother, and he has no idea, and she's afraid to tell him. So our listener is wondering what he should do. Should he tell his friend? Should he get his friend's wife to come clean and tell him? Does he tell his own wife? What's going to happen to their work relationship and their group piano playing sessions after? And he had all kinds of questions, and that's where we left it.
Life lesson from the Bert Show. You find out something like this, you can't keep boning your brother.
I told you where I stand on it. If I found out today my fiance was my half-sister, I'm too far in, man.
Okay, you're too far in, but you would have to tell her. You can't withhold that information. You guys have to come to that conclusion together as a couple.
Not if you're going to stay with her. If you're going to stay with her, you might as well not tell her.
Yes. You cannot withhold that information.
I mean, it's not like we're going to have kids. We're not having kids. I got all fixed down there.
I know you did. Snippity snip.
Snippity, snippity, snippity. I did it in studio one morning, about 30 seconds.
I watched a YouTube video. It was really easy.
I mean, does she really need to know? It's just going to change the complexion of things.
That you cannot withhold that information from the other person. Now, what you all choose to do after both parties are privy to this information, that's up to you. However, you both deserve to know.
It's one of those little white lies, like, does my butt look good in these jeans?
No, it is not. It is a crime.
A little different.
Just a little
It's a little different. Tomato. Okay, so what is the update? Because the last time we talked to him, he wasn't really sure what they were all going to do with this whole info. And I think we were like, yeah, you got to come clean.
All right. Hey, Bert Show. So I told my wife the day after I sent you guys that email, and her words exactly were, they ain't my blood siblings, and I don't want to end something so fun and wonderful for the both of us. If she tells him, then we will cross that bridge, but you shouldn't be the one to tell him. Not only does she want to continue this, but she says, I get you shouldn't be the one to tell him, but the fact that she wants to continue this.
Yeah. Well, I understand it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I think he does.
I waited days that felt like months for her to tell John. So I asked John, hypothetically.
Oh, yeah, just out of nowhere.
What he'd do if they were related. His response, divorce. He said that they have only been married 4 years, coming up next month. No kids, no family they stay in contact with because most of their family has passed. He looked at me wondering why I brought it up.
I bet he did.
And I told him the test results.
What?
Oh,
wow.
dude, no.
He called his wife instantly.
Oh, come on, man.
And asked if the ancestry results ever came in. And she said no.
Oh, he's so stupid.
He was furious at me for holding this info, then even more furious at his wife for lying to him. Next day comes around, he didn't show up to work. Next day, no show. He finally texted me Saturday after missing those 2 days of work, asking if we can all meet. Of course, my wife and I said yes, and we all talked that night. They told us the last 2 days they talked to their family. They talked to their family that was left, and since both parents are dead, and obviously their grandparents are dead, John went to his uncle. He said his brother, their jointed dad, initially had 5 kids with 4 different baby moms. The first 2 died at birth, then John was born. The 4th had a death experience at 3 years old, and lastly was John's wife, and obviously since they eloped, no one ever knew they were married. That is so complicated.
Right?
So we were wondering what their decision was going to be, and they said they thought about it. They loved each other too much and couldn't divorce. They said there has been no issue so far and will continue to be together. Also, they would love to continue the quartet piano playing with us.
Of course. Let's take it outside the family on Saturdays.
nuts.
So nothing changes. Nothing changes.
Oh, well, they still, the other couple has a decision to make. In all caps, exclamation. I feel icky. The piano playing is great and fun, but with 2 siblings and my wife, that night made my stomach turn. And I don't want to say no. And I don't want to say no. We got to stop, especially because I got my wife into this lifestyle and we found the perfect couple. They're not the perfect couple. They're related.
The furthest thing from the perfect couple.
Not to you.
More perfect.
They're related to each other.
My wife said it worked out. Just keep at it and stay quiet. So for now, it works out. Both wives are on birth control, so kids aren't a worry. It feels like they are only staying together because of our high sex drives. Guess if this whole thing ends or if I get enough uncomfortable for me, I will email y'all with an update. Thanks, Construction Swinger.
Wow.
They're still doing
Wow.
it.
They are. I
All
don't know
4
how.
of them.
That's crazy. I couldn't do it.
All 4 of them.
I mean, they're not married to them. Or they're not related to them.
Still,
They're
even-
related to
I
each
still
other.
couldn't.
But
Yes.
you still want to have sex
Yeah.
with people who are like having sex with each other and they're related?
I mean, that's not my business. You're going to be weird in your house when I'm not around, that's fine. But with
No,
me
they're being
here-
weird
You're
with you.
sleeping with them.
All 4 of y'all being weird together. You're actively watching a brother and sister have relations.
Every time they've talked about this prior, they were like separated.
Yeah.
This was, are you saying
So-
this is a 4?
Yes,
Yeah,
they,
so
like
they're
all
not-
of them together sometimes. Sometimes they go off and do like they separate things, but they have consent. But in the like they do stuff together.
I don't know, man. I feel like I could block that out.
The Bert Show.